Welcome back to my channel, Let Her Create. And today I'm showing you how I quickly vectorize anything that I draw on my iPad. Now, I work in Affinity Designer. I do not have Adobe Illustrator, so I cannot take advantage of the tracing features that you have access to in Adobe or in the other app that just changed its name. They had a really cool auto trace feature and they've recently transitioned over to a subscription model. But I no longer really deal with apps that have a continued subscription model. And if they do, I go ahead and pay outright, especially if it's something that I put my hands on every day or that I'm using. So I'm going to show you how I do this relatively quickly, and I'm going to show you the process of where I get my artwork. So on my screen now, you see that I have my dashboard for Affinity Designer 2. And the few items here at the top have all been created through the vectorization process. They were hand-drawn items that I decided I wanted to vectorize. So since I already have some uploaded, I'm going to show you what that looks like. And now, mind you, you can take any file from any app that you're working on. So if you have a sketch in Procreate, or if you have a sketch in Sketchbook or AutoCAD or any other app, where you would traditionally just draw it and export and then, do the steps that you would need to do to trace over your image. But without doing all of that, I'm just going to go to my photos and I'm going to take advantage of some of the images that are already here at the bottom. I'm going to open my app VectorQ, and I'm going to import one of my photos. So I have this one here at the top. And basically, I just want to find something that I can vectorize. And we'll just go with this one. Now, within the vectorize software, you can get it to take off the background. I guess because this is a white background, it's showing that it doesn't have one, but I always have that checked. You can change the shape. You can make it fit, or you can make it square, or whatever it is that you want to do. And so then you hit vectorize. And because I use this relatively often, I already have a preset, but we'll just go through and see what some of the presets look like. And on the side, you see there are quite a few options for you to choose from. You can choose an outline. And now the modes that you choose won't always work with everything that you're working on. Sometimes I have to just keep finagling with it until I get what I'm going for. But because this is just completely lines, I'm not more or less focused on the color. But I can use the center line and it will make this really cool effect. That would actually make a really cool looking font. It will pick up the line work, and then you can even add in markings in the middle if you wanted to. Again, I don't really use the app for anything other than vectorizing. So I typically don't play with these settings, but I can pull the colors out if I want. I can denoise and add noise. I can take away some of the detail. This kind of gives me a pretty solid look, but I'm going to focus on just having the lines because usually that's what you want anyways. And so now that we're done, I've made my selection for what I want to do. I'm going to hit share, and then I'm going to save it as an SVG because that is the only file that they offer that is editable on the iPad. Now, I'm not sure what VQE is, and I'm sure if I look that up, I can figure it out or see what that file does. But it's not anything that I know that I'm going to use at the moment, so I'm not worried about it. I'm going to export that out into SVG, and it's creating my SVG file. Now, I would save, but I already have this saved, and I'm pretty sure you know what the saving process looks like. So we're going to just transition over into, so now I'm going to open my file in Affinity Designer 2, and I'm just going to open part 2. So this is the line work, and it imports as an SVG. So you see layer 0, and then on layer 0 you see a curves layer. And if you know about SVGs, it is an editable file. Here I can change color, but it's affecting the whole outcome because it's treating everything like one. So what you can do is go in, and I'm going to slice this, and I'm going to see what happens if I try to slice this away from here. And because I use my knife tool, I am able to take all of my layers apart and put my letters on one row. All right. So I'm just going to turn this layer off, and I'm going to turn this one on. I have my knife tool selected, and I am going to go around and I just wanted to see what would happen if I rasterize. I want to merge the selected. So that's still not working for me. So let's merge curves. So, and now I have my M, and I can still go through and make adjustments to, and I'm on the knife tool, to these files or to my layers. And so I would clean that up a lot more. But now I have my layers separate, or I'm beginning the process of separating. And this isn't, like I said, just a workaround because Affinity Designer does not have an image trace capability. You can still use the VectorQ app to vectorize your artwork. So I want to show you what the process would look like if you're using a more intricate image. And let's run over to my Procreate and just see if I have some more work in here that is a little bit more pronounced. I just want to see what other I can get out of it. So I want to try this in a vector. So I'm going to export. And I'm going to export this as a PNG file. And I'm going to save. I know it's not going to have the background to it. And I'm going to click Home, Import. And no background is selected. And then I'm going to vectorize. And I had it on line. So it only selected the line, and then stylize. I had it there, and now I have it on color. And recolor is also kind of cute. I'm liking the recolor for that. Let's see what plastic looks like. And guys, don't forget, you can change these adjustments. If your artwork pretty much looks, if there's a certain layer of consistency that you're looking for, you can add it. Okay, I'm understanding how this works now. But you can add it to, I don't want triangles. I do want path cleaning. Okay, I did get distracted. So it's also picking up the pencil textures or the brush strokes, which is kind of cool. I'm going to take off the vignette. And I'm just going to kind of cycle through and see what colors I like. As far as this goes, I can do a crosshatch, do circles. And again, you can adjust these settings to your liking. And you can change your color modes, and you can do your hue, saturation slider, RGB, and also CMYK. But because most of the items that I create, I don't print, are not for print, I only focus on my RGB color mode. And you can also, once you find a style that you like, you can save it out. Onto a style of your own. Some kind of way I did it earlier and I don't know how. Oh, there, you hit the plus and then save preset. I'm not going to save the preset. I typically like the app for the one purpose that I use it for. But let's just see. Let's make some adjustments here, because you can change the color of the pencil, of the pen. You can stylize, center line, and colorize. So I'm going to export this in my editable SVG file. I'm going to save it in my folder for vectorize, and I'll just type sample. And I'm going to close out the app. And I don't need this hand drawn anymore. I'm going to close it without saving. But I do want to import my document. Let's see if it's in the recent. And there it is. And each layer. Now what I do like is it imports all of the colors, and to quickly get around this, you can select same, fill color, and then you can group. And I'll just label this as color 1, and same, fill color, group, color 2, and so on and so forth. I have yet to try this out with any JPEG images, but I just wanted you guys to have this quick tip to vectorizing on your iPad without all of the headache, especially if you're using Affinity Designer. I look forward to hearing your comments. questions or any other thing that you want to know about the Canva Contributor Hub earnings, or just dealing with working on your iPad in an Affinity Designer. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.